Um, so this is Lasker, Chapter 3, Part 4, I believe. So we are starting at Black's 11th move. And let's get to the 11th move first. There we are. My object in thus diving down into the depths of this position is not by any means to provide your memory with ballast. All I want to show is that the superior position will perforce become overpowering, whichever turn you may try to give to the game. And why have we got what we termed the superior position? You see, Black's queenside pawns do not work. They only require protection, while White's pawns, either actively or only as potentials of future action, are contributing to White's success. But we must not yet rest satisfied with the analysis. There may yet be a way of escape at move 11, namely bishop b4. Bishop 4. Knight 3. Bishop queen knight 3. Pawn queen rook 4. The unfortunate queenside pawns serve us again as a mark for attack. Now we threaten to exchange the pawns, then the rook, and to gain the queen pawn. Rook, queen, knight. This move seems to be the only practical reply, as otherwise, for instance, after knight to king 2, queen, knight to queen 4 would become very dangerous. King, knight, queen 4. Knight takes knight. Knight takes knight. Bishop takes knight. Or if for Black's 15th move, instead of taking the knight, the bishop moved to queen 2, then pawn takes pawn, pawn takes pawn, and queen to queen 3. Now we have pawn takes bishop. Now we have obtained our purpose. Firstly, we have two bishops beautifully bearing down against the adverse king side. Then Black's queen bishop pawn is now kept backwards by our queen pawn, and we will never be able to advance. Bishop knight 3. Or else pawn bishop 3 will win a piece. Pawn takes pawn, pawn takes pawn. Rook 7. Pawn, queen, bishop 3, pawn, bishop 3, knight, knight 4, rook 6, rook to bishop square, bishop to king 3, knight to king 3, pawn, bishop 4, bishop takes bishop, queen takes bishop, queen, queen 2. A desperate attempt to free himself by Black's 23rd move of pawn, queen, bishop 4 would fail against pawn takes pawn, pawn, queen 5, rook, queen 6, rook takes pawn, and then finally queen to queen 3. Pawn, bishop 5. Knight to the queen square. Knight, king, bishop 2. We now want our most powerful piece on the king side. King to the rook square. Queen, rook 4. Queen, knight 2. He must, after all, try to get something out of his queen side. Pawn, bishop 6. Pawn, knight 3, queen, rook 6, knight, king 3, rook 3, rook, king, knight, bishop, queen 2, knight to the bishop square, bishop, knight 4, and Black is quite helpless.